Hello, welcome to my channel. Thank you for joining me here today for this Halloween special. Hello and thanks for joining me here today. Today's video is all about Halloween. So today's video is about spooky stories and Halloween decorations. So in this video, guys, I'm going to give you a tour of my Halloween decorations, and that's the interior decorations and also the outside. And I'll show you some of the outdoor decorations that I made, which was tombstones and things like that. So I shall take you outside and show you those decorations later in the video. But guys, before that, let's get a little drink and settle down for some spooky stories. So guys, I've got my drink here and I hope you have a drink too. So, okay, my spooky stories. These are true stories, and they're kind of what I've witnessed or I've experienced in my lifetime with the kind of paranormal, ghostly kind of entities. So when I was young, I grew up in a big old Victorian house. It was a Victorian townhouse, and it was over 3 floors. We had 3 floors, and it was we had 5 bedrooms, and my bedroom was at the very top. In the attic. It was an attic bedroom. I had like 2 rooms up in the attic, and my dad, he'd fitted. I was a teenager at the time. Actually, I'll start from when I was young. So my brother, who was 2 years older than me, he used to always report seeing this figure, this man, in the along like the back passage, going to the back door. So you would go along the back passage of the house, and the kitchen was in front of you, but there used to be our back door here to the left, and he always said that he would see a man. Now my brother was only young at the time, and he would always report of seeing this man, but this man was dressed in like old fashioned attire, and he would mention like a I think it was a frilly shirt, and nobody wore frilly shirts in them days. So but my mum was just like, yeah, kids' imaginations and things like that, until we all started seeing it. So I saw this man at the back door. It was a fleeting image out the corner of my eye. My mum saw it as well, so she kind of quickly thought, yeah, this isn't like a child's active imagination, But as I said, my brother was very young at the time, so he wouldn't have really encountered any kind of scary horror movies or anything like that, far too young to be watching things like that. But then that leads me on to, so our living room was like at the front of the house, and my mum and dad's bedroom was directly up above the living room. And we would be sitting there. We weren't allowed in our parents' room, but we would be sitting there, downstairs watching the TV, and we would hear somebody walking across the floor upstairs. We would hear the floorboards moving and creaking. There was a lot of creaky floorboards in this house, by the way. But we would hear these floorboards, and we would hear literal footprints, footsteps going across the floor. And this happened quite a bit in that house, and we became desensitized to it, because strange things happened all the time in this house. They really did. And as I say, we just became desensitized to it, and it was just like, oh well, things would get moved, things would go missing, and then they would appear in places where you'd already looked, So anyway, moving on to my teenage years. So decorated all my bedroom, and I said to my dad, I want one of them lights, the dimmer lights. So he fitted a dimmer light switch, you know, the ones with the knob that you turn up and down. So he fitted one of those in my bedroom. And on a night time, I would have it on because I'd be reading or something, you know, listening to music, but the light would be on, and then I'd just fall asleep. But in the morning when I woke up, the light was turned down. It was always turned down to like dim. And even if I woke up in the middle of the night, the light would be turned down dim. Now I said to my mum, "Did you turn my light down?" And she always said she didn't. And nobody else had turned the light down, you know. So that was very, very strange. And I had a friend stay over once, and you know, the light turned down in the middle of the night, and she was terrified. She was actually terrified. And wouldn't sleep in the room, you know. So yeah, there was that mysterious thing of the light being turned down on its own. And I said to my mum, "You know, what do you think? What do you think it is?" And she says, "Oh, it's probably your dad's faulty, you know, your dad's electric skills," you know. But it wasn't. It wasn't my dad's skills at all, you know. There was no way that dimmer could turn down on its own. So somebody, well, not even somebody, there was nobody. Something was turning that down, and to a dull light. I do have one in my kitchen, you know, and that has never ever dimmed on its own, ever, you know. So that is totally unexplainable. Can't explain that at all. But another thing in that house, so we'd lived there for quite a number of years, and my mum and dad decided to do a little renovation, and we had a cupboard under the stairs, and we had a cupboard right next to it too. So they were knocking like these two cupboards into one and making a little downstairs toilet, you know, like downstairs little toilet, and like cloakroom toilet, a cloakroom bathroom, sorry. And whilst renovating that, my dad came across a door that was boarded up, you know, this little door. It wasn't very big. It was only about 2.5 foot, 3 foot maybe, but it was boarded up and wallpapered over. So you know, my dad was like, what's this? So he prized, you know, the wood off it, opened the little door, and all it was like a hole, a chasm, you know. And he kind of shone the torch down, and it did go somewhere under the house. And we thought it might be a cellar, you know, but nobody was going to go down there. My dad wouldn't go down there. My mum wouldn't go down there, and we certainly weren't going down there. Me and my brother were like, no, we're not going down there. So my dad just quickly put the board back over it, and you know, it was decorated over, and that was the end of that. So we don't know what was down there, you know, no idea. You know, my mum and dad later on moved from that house, so it would be really interesting to know if the new owners ever had any kind of strange things happen in that house. But whilst we lived there was certainly a lot of things happened in that house. So anyway, moving on to me moving in this house and living here. So I've had a few things happen here as well. So when we moved here, when we were doing like renovations, things would start happening. Things would be getting moved around. Things would be going missing when I knew I'd put them in a certain area. Like my car keys, I only ever put them in two certain areas in the house, and my keys would go. I'd look for them, they'd be gone. And then I'd go back to the coffee table and my keys would be there. And I'm like, I definitely looked there more than once, you know. So there was unexplainable things happen, you know, and it would be things moving, things getting hidden, things reappearing, you know. And it was always around when we did renovations to the house. So I did have a word once to the previous, you know, like person who lived here, the previous owner. And I said, you know, I know you don't like the changes that I'm making, but this is my house now, and it will always be your house too, but understand that I need to make these changes to fit my family. And after I'd said that, nothing else happened again. You know, nothing else happened after that. So we ended up doing quite a big renovation on the house, and there was no activity. But it took me to say, look, you know, and the person's first name who lived here, you know, and I accept that you're still here and it's still your house, but it's my house, my home too, you know, and he accepted that. So yes, again, whilst living here, it was one Christmas time, and I fell asleep on the sofa, and I had a gas fire at the time, and the gas fire was on, and I had a garland on the gas fire. It was actually attached on the front of the fireplace, and I nodded off to sleep, and on the sofa, and unbeknownst to me, the garland had fallen and went directly in front of the fire. This is really, really scary actually. And I heard a voice, a whispery voice, saying my name, like, Elaine. And I woke up, and at that moment the garland burst into flames. So I do believe somebody was looking out for me, and yeah, so really, really important, if you have got an open fire or a gas fire or any fire, when you're using garlands, oh, please, you know, don't put them on the front of your fireplace. Either put them on your fireplace, and please make sure that they are definitely secured. But that was a close call. Again, this voice came to me again, and I'd gone to bed, and it was in the morning. It was early hours in the morning, and I heard the same whispery voice saying, Elaine. Like an urgency about it. It wasn't like, Elaine. It was an urgency, but a whisper, like, Elaine. So I woke up, and I could smell burning, and I came downstairs and to the kitchen where I could locate the smell. And I had a deep fat fryer at the time, and the deep fat fryer was basically melted. I don't know how it didn't set alight, but the actual shell of the deep fat fryer had melted. Part of it was starting to melt, and this voice woke me up in time, you know, so that was really, really scary as well. I usually check things before I go to bed at night, check that things are switched off, and I was sure that that was switched off. You know, I was quite vigilant doing things like that. When I leave the house, I check my front door, I check the handle, you know. Sometimes I go down the path and I think, did I close that? Did I lock that door? I come back, check the handle, you know. So for me to have left that on would be not impossible, but probably unlikely, you know. But this voice again, it alerted me, you know, woke me up. So I do believe that I have a guardian angel out there looking after me. So guys, most recently, you will know that I lost my little girl, Angel. Angel was my dog. And those of you who follow me know, you know, you already know this. But it was very, very strange because the day, you know, that Angel passed, David had woken up, and he came downstairs at 4 o'clock, and Angel seemed, you know, okay. Then he came back to bed, and then he fell asleep, and he had a dream, and the dream was that our dogs, you know, because I have I have 5, I had 6 dogs. The 6 dogs had escaped, you know, they'd gotten out, and they'd escaped, and David was running around trying to, you know, get them all back, and they were in a car park, like a multi-storey car park, oddly, and he was running around trying to, you know, round them all up and get them in, and the only one he couldn't find was Angel. And then, you know, we got up at around 7 o'clock. Dave got up at 7, I got up at 7:30, and that was the day Angel passed. So that was a really, really odd dream to have, you know, and then for that to happen. So yeah, there's some things that is totally unexplainable. I don't believe that death is the end, you know. Definitely not. I definitely don't believe that. But I think there's a lot that we don't understand, you know. And I always keep an open mind, and you know, it's like, well, are you not frightened of ghosts? Are you not frightened of things like that? You know what? My mum used to always say this saying to me, and she used to say to me, Elaine, it's not the dead that hurt you, love, it's the living. And there's an element of truth in there, isn't there? So no, I'm not frightened of ghosts. Yeah, I would welcome them. You know, so yes, that's my kind of experiences that I've had, you know, which I think might be ghostly, paranormal, you know. But right guys, now I'm going to take you around and show you the Halloween decor this year. So guys, the outfit it's an old one. I'm not really quite sure where it's from, possibly Wilco's or Asda. The cape is probably from B&M or somewhere, but it's such a long time. And the wig is, I think that is definitely Wilkinson's that I got it from. This like little headband is from Poundland, again last year, but this is the outfit, you know. So this is my Halloween outfit this year. Right, okay guys, so this is where I do my filming, you know, right here, and this is the background I have. So I've got this little witchy kind of pumpkin-y light. Then I've got the crow. I got this crow from Home Bargains, guys. This little witchy thing was bought from Poundland, and it was many, many years ago. This little guy is a recent one that I picked up recently from Asda, and I've just got this little arrangement here, which is a couple of pumpkins, a skull, and the little rat, and the candles from Poundland. There's Colin. Colin's got his vampire teeth and a little top hat. So Colin's joining in on the fun as well. I've got the bats here, which I cut out and did freehand. So yes, I did the bats as part of like a craft project with some kids that I worked with at the time. I've got a skeleton there, but he seems to have keeled over. But there's some web in there as well. This mirror is fantastic, guys. I'm just going to get up on the sofa. I'll press the demo button so you can see. It's all... Oh! That's so cool. It really is cool. But yes, he goes on a bit, so I don't keep him on all the time. Anyway, this is another skeleton here. And he's just sitting on the plant pot there with some webs. I've got my little candle there. I love these like fake, you know, flickering candles. They're really, really brilliant. I mean, they're so safe, you know, to use. This is a tea light holder, which is the like another little pumpkin witch one, and another one is right there. I've got this little cauldron candle here as well. So this is from Poundland. It's so super cute. I haven't lit it yet. So on the sofa here, I've got my pumpkin cushions, which has been a recent haul. Just gonna swing round here. Yes. So we'll come over to here, and we've got this picture, which is he's a guy. Then he's like you see, he's a guy, and then as you move, he turns into this, you know, creepy kind of demon person. Oh, he's not there. There. Yeah, you see, like a vampire person. These are brilliant. They were from Poundland. I've had them quite a few years now. But we've got like little spiders in a spider's web here. And I don't know if you can see, that's one of the legs of my big spider that I've got in the ceiling. Can you see? He's like such a big spider. Got him from Asda when my kids were really young. So he's been with me a long time. I'll just go over here so you can see. So that's him there. You know, he's so cool, he really is. We used to have a touring caravan, and I used to put him in the awning, and all the kids used to come round and they absolutely loved him. Anyway, yes, I've got this like thing on the door here, and I've got more spiders here and webbing on the little wall lights, and another one of these scary pictures. Can you see? I think they're amazing. I really, really like these. It's brilliant how they work. You know. Okay, so I'll not show you here because that's just the desk. My table here. Oh, David did this. All the candles blew out, but he just made this out of some scrap wood out the back. Yeah, so that was really nice, but the candles blown out. Here, just my dining table. So I've put a black runner on it, which is this just freaky fabric that you pick up from quite a lot of places actually. These are the little seed lights that I picked up from Primark. I love these, they're absolutely brilliant. And that's them there. I've got like quite a cluster going on there, and I've got these spiders. You know, I've got like a little bit of webbing on here, some spiders, and the candles. These are just normal candles, dinner candles, and all I've done is used a red candle and dripped some drips down them. Can you see that? It's just some like wax strips that I've dripped down them, just to make them look a little bit more, you know, authentic, I guess. But I've got like 2 little roses here, or a little spider on, and here as well, a spider. I've got like 2 pumpkin dishes here, and inside here, like this one, I've got some candles. Now these are like other LEDs. You put batteries in them, so they're much safer to burn, you know, because I would not like these candles, even though the flame isn't touching the fabric at all. I just would not even chance it, you know. So I will just take these out of here and put those in there, you know, if I like them, because but these look really authentic, don't they? Like that. I'm looking around. I've just got sort of some webbing up there in the chandelier. Yeah, but that is the, you know, out here in this, like, well, in this room. Right guys, so as we go into the kitchen, I've got this wreath here. It's got this scary mummy kind of mask. I've just squashed that in there. And here on the door we have keep out. We've got this picture here. I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but they look normal, and then when you move, turn like skeletal. Really quite clever. I got these from Poundland. So I've got this little scary kind of ghost here. This what's he called, a wax burner there, and I've just lit my little pumpkins up. They're my flowers from my friend. Just dropped them off. Over there you've seen them, all my pumpkins. So I've got over here my collection of pumpkins. A spider kind of dish is here. So I need to put some like little sweets on there, and I have this here. It's like for shots. So it's just like a skeletal arm with the little shot glasses. And I've got a few like little glasses here, goblets. And I've had these for absolute years. I think I got them from Asda or somewhere. Halloween. Oh yes. So I've got this on the doors as well. So up here I've got like this blood splatter freeze, and it just goes all the way around the units. And I've got these like blood splatters on here as well. I've got them over here on this door, and the freeze goes all the way along, and I've got them on this door as well, and there, and then I've got some like bloody footprints on the larder cupboard there. I've got this scary butler in the window here. Now I will show you the window from the outside because they're quite difficult to show you from the inside. But I've got this like candelabra, can you see? And it's got these flickering flame candles. These are just battery operated ones. And I've got like this net up here, and all it is the IKEA nets, and I've just shredded them and put like colouring on them and paint to make them look blood stained. And that's just the freaky fabric that you can buy from B&M and places like that. But you'll see the butler from outside, and I did haul him on the channel a long time ago. I've got this big spider here as well, and I've got these like potion bottles. Can you see the potion bottles there? You'll see them better when I go outside. But these are the potion bottles from Poundland. They were only, I think, £2 each last year. So that's the window. Oh, and I've got the lights as well. These little fairy lights. Now these are multi-function lights that can flash, they can strobe, they can do all sorts. And they are different colours, and they are remote controlled. I'm just trying to see if I can see the remote. Yes, this is it here, and it's a company called Olney. Can you see that? I hope it focuses. And these are on Amazon. These are all the colours that you can turn the lights. They're really, really good. Let's have a go. So I can turn it to green, I can turn it to blue, or like, you know, there's just loads of different colours. I'll just flick through them so you can see, you know, what a variety of colours and functions as well. We were on red, weren't we? But that's how those lights work. Bloody handprints as well. Down here, oh, so these are the sweets, guys, that we get for the kids. So we've got like what's that, 4 packets of multi-packs of the Haribo. Then we've got these like little chocolate balls, and we've got 2, 4, 6 packs of those. We've got like 3 tubs of celebrations and a tub of the Swizzlers. We've got these, what's that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 packs of these trick and treat multi-bags. we've had a couple of early trick-or-treaters, so we've opened this bag. But that's the bags that we have, you know, the sweets that we have for the kids. That we do get quite a lot of visitors here. You know, we had over 200 children last year, so we're quite prepared this year. But then we thought we were last year, and we ended up running to the shop again. So we've prepared. Hopefully we've got enough. And I usually just put them all in this cauldron here, and then, you know, share them out. And this is brilliant. It's a Halloween party disc, and it's got like hits on called it's got Devil in Disguise, Witch Doctor, The Time Warp, Ghostbusters, Spooky, There's a Ghost in My House, Adam's Groove, I Put a Spell on You, I'm Your Boogeyman, Monster Mash, Black Magic Woman, and Devil Woman. So that's a good like thing to play, and we usually like play that you know, out the front. So you know, when the kids come, there's like music playing and things. Here we've got I've just put some of that cobweb on, and there's a couple of like little spiders there, if you can see them, you know, on the pumpkins. So just a little bit of spider's web there. I think that's about it, guys, for the kitchen. I'll just give you a quick spin around. Yeah. Right, guys, so we'll go in the lounge next, and I haven't really got a lot on here. That's Halloween. I've got this little guy here, little plant, and another little plant there. I've got a little, can you see? It's like a hand, a skeletal hand. Here I've just got like my usual pumpkins, but I've put a spider on, and some like smaller spiders, you can see, and I've got like a little group of skulls here. So that's that, and I've got my little pumpkin there, the flickering flame pumpkin. That's absolutely lovely, that. And then here all I've done is like put some spider's webs on the garland. I've got like the flickering flame candles, and I've put some spiders like running across, like some web and some spiders just across the garland on the fireplace. Okay, so this table is pretty much the same as the last one, you know, with like the little skeletal hand. And I've put these like little pumpkin, can you see? They're like little pumpkin lights. These were from Poundland, and I've just popped them in the plant there. That's just my usual lanterns that I have. I've got my pumpkin there, and yes, over here I've got these pictures. I've put a spider on the mirror there, and I've got them pictures as well, and just popped a bit of spider's web on. Can you see how they change? Like she looks normal, and then she goes like quite skeletal. And I've got another one over there. I've actually got Emma. I'll go back over here. So I've got Emma here, dressed up as like a Victorian girl, and I've just put some spider's webs over the picture. I just think it looks really authentic. And this is just another like picture I've got. Well, it's a clock actually, like a clock picture. So yes, that's those. I've got dogs here. Just like chilling on the sofa. I've got Lily lying there. Yes, you, Bonnie. Yes, I know. You're a good girl. Yes. I'll cuddle you soon. Yes, so that's, the window, yes. I forgot the window where it's all going on. I've got these lights, you know, around the window, and it's, you know, you can't really see from the inside, but you'll see from the outside. But I've got this scary doll here, and this scary one here, and I've got like the flickering flame candles here, so you will see that from the outside. It's a much better view. But yes, that's the room from this angle. And I'll just quickly move over. And this is the room from this angle. Oh, I forgot to show you these little lights as well. Can you see they're like little spiders, little glittery spiders and berries? They are really nice. And this tablecloth is like a webbed kind of effect. And that's the candle there, another one. Can you see they're like spiders? And then I've just put on here the 3 like skeletal heads. Skeletal heads, that would be skulls, alien. So just the skulls on there. But yes, that's the room. And that's as much as I do. Oh, there's cobwebs up here in the chandelier. You see? And there's a spider there, and one dangling here.
Thank